half of the country hating you and calling you disgusting things, telling you to kill yourself, telling you that you're a horrible person.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Matthew and Carlene channel. Today we are covering a woman who was forced into a man's world. Let's get into it, shall we?
Person that you deserve to die, that's a really hard thing for a girl to go through.
In her first TV interview, Ole Miss freshman Mary Kate Cornett told me how she became famous on the internet and social media in the worst possible way. In February, an online rumor went viral, claiming an Ole Miss sorority sister slept with her boyfriend's father. Then, someone attached Cornett's name and photo to it. Do you know why the rumor started?
No clue. No clue. I had zero knowledge of this.
This disgusting rumor was a top trending topic on Twitter.
Within 2.5 hours. Later that night, around 7 p.m., I was #1 trending in the United States. I felt so helpless and so alone because so many people were hating on me for something that I had no idea anything about.
Well, madam, welcome to a man's world. Welcome to a man's world. That is literally every day of the average Western man's life for you. It really is. For example, I used to be part of a church from 2016 till 2024. I watched that church grow from renting out a small space at the Holiday Inn to getting its own building. I volunteered more hours at that church than I can even count. I literally did. Then out of nowhere, I got a he said, she said allegation on how I supposedly made a woman feel uncomfortable. Supposedly. I've never committed a crime in my life. I never have. That church did not tell me what I did wrong. Didn't tell me what they wanted me to do. They didn't present any evidence of me committing any wrongdoing of any kind. I wasn't even permitted to know who my accuser was. Regardless, that did not stop the women from that church from unanimously declaring me guilty till proven innocent and trying to unofficially treat me like a unofficial criminal on probation by suspending me from practicing my faith at that church in a way I wanted to. Literally. I told the pastor of that church, hey man, I would rather just leave entirely than even consider entertaining this nonsense. Got my passport, became a passport bro, found love from overseas, I never looked back. And yeah, if you look at my comments, I got hit with every single type of shame tactic imaginable, every single one you can think of. But the way I see it, if what I choose to do in my personal life is going to create such a heavy trigger, doesn't matter which way I look at it, those people need me a lot more than I need them. Because it doesn't get any more codependent than that. It really doesn't.
I mean, I'm a very normal person. Just like any teenage girl, I care about what people think about me. I mean, any teenage girl can relate to that.
Cornett's phone number was also shared online. She was overwhelmed with harassing texts and voicemails.
I was having thousands of calls come through, thousands of texts coming through. Calling me a whore, calling me a slut, telling me I deserve to die.
When you look back at the last 5 weeks, is there one moment that sticks out for you?
With myself, it would probably be at 3 a.m. when I was throwing up while holding the phone with all of the texts on it. Just saying how horrible of a person I was and that I should end my life.
All because of an internet rumor?
All because of an internet rumor that has zero truth to it. Zero.
Cornett says she could barely leave her dorm room, had to switch to online classes. Someone even sent police to her mother's house in a fake 911 call.
Okay, so your main problem is, madam, is that you're focusing way too much on what other people think about you, when instead what you should be asking yourself is, why do I even care? Haters will literally complain about anything. They literally would. And besides, if your colleagues have this much spare time on their hands for this kind of nonsense, then it really doesn't matter which way anyone looks at it. They have zero to no excuse why they're not getting straight A's in every single one of their courses. They have no excuse for that. And it's a waste of time and extremely valuable resources for your entire college, including the professors, to be pretending otherwise. In case you guys have been wondering why college tuition has been getting so expensive here in the West, well, let's be honest with ourselves. Who do you think is legally required to pay for that woman's online courses as a result of this incident? Point is, you want to address an issue like this, best way to do it, take it to their wallets. That's how you do it.
Some Ole Miss frat bro.
Yep. Sure.
Okay. Had a KD girlfriend.
Soon, the rumor was picked up by ESPN host Pat McAfee, though he didn't use her name.
This is what is being reported by everybody on the internet. Dad had sex with son's girlfriend.
Has anyone apologized to you?
No. No. They have not at all. I want these famous people to know that I was not famous before this. I'm not a public figure that you can go talk about on your show to get more views. I'm not. Sorry. Nobody knows who I am, or nobody did know who I was. But them pressing this and pushing it farther made my situation so much worse. Because the people who were talking about it are the people that I would want to take a picture with if I saw it in public. They're people that I watched. Pat McAfee, ESPN, that's on my living room TV every single night.
That's gotta hurt that he's talking a bit that way.
It does, because I used to look up to these people, and now these same people are making me feel worthless. Yeah. And that I'm just a joke.
ESPN and Pat McAfee declined NBC News' request for comment. Cornett says she hit rock bottom when she realized her name would forever be linked to the rumor spread online.
I don't think that these boys realize what they're doing to people. It's awful. It's awful. And having your life ruined by people who have no idea who you are is the worst feeling in the world. It makes you feel so alone.
Cornett now wants justice. Her lawyer says she's been defamed and is a victim of cyberbullying.
The rumor.
All right, madam, I can definitely see why you're pointing fingers at a man. What that ESPN host did, okay, bit unprofessional. It was. However, if you really want justice for what happened to you, what you really should be doing is asking yourself, the more uncomfortable question, which is, hey, because of the content of that rumor, guessing you were dating someone at the time. So, were there any other women that you know of who might have had their eyes out for that man? Did that man have a particular ex? The reason why you should be asking yourself these questions, madam, is because, like we said before on this channel, single women keep other women single because your fellow single women are your competition for that man. Especially nowadays, where studies have shown that by 2030, 48 to 51% of Western women, not men mind you, Western women, will be single and childless. There's no doubt in my mind that this incident is a direct result of the competition for available men increasing as we get closer and closer to that date. And when we get to that age, we're going to see a lot more incidences like this. We really are.
As false, people promoted it without looking into it. You can't lie for money.
Are there laws that protect Mary-Kate? Because it seems like the internet, social media, it's the wild, wild west.
To some degree, the law hasn't caught up with the speed at which a lie travels online and the fact that it's now kind of anchored to her name forever. But defamation exists. There's growing protections against cyberbullying. There's growing protections against, making fake pictures, which has also happened to Mary-Kate. The legal regime is catching up.
For now, she says she's leaning on her friends and family, including her father.
I just wonder why. Why my daughter? She wasn't looking for any of this. She never asked for any attention. She's just trying to be a freshman in college.
Instead, she's been tested like never before.
I have no idea how this started or why, but I do know that this has affected me in such an awful way and has practically ruined my life.
Yeah, what would you tell to that person?
Just that your actions have consequences, real consequences, that I will be living and facing for the rest of my life.
Alright everybody, that's all we got time for today. If you like this content, by all means, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, look us up on Patreon, leave a comment. It really helps us out. It really does. Thank you so much. And to all you men out there, keep at it. Keep at it.